run away from social media. We see a lot on social media. You all show us your houses, you all show us, and we start drawing unfair comparisons. I need to pick your brain and find out what you have to say about the whole social media space.
So what I have to say is exactly what I started with. And that's why I started with, because I'm so aware that your audience, actually Gen Zs, I think so.
Millennials.
Millennials.
Yeah.
And in these days of social media, my goodness, women are just busy comparing themselves with others. Is my ass big enough? Is my face smooth enough? Is my waist small enough? Is like, who has the biggest wardrobe? Who has what people don't know? And we've seen some social media stars fall in a very spectacular way. So this is why I'm saying show up as yourself in the most authentic way and express yourself fully. Say what you want to say. Yeah? Obviously, apply emotional intelligence. But just be yourself. Everybody is taken. Don't compare yourself with the people you're seeing on social media.
True.
It is so important, because this is why young people now, not young people, we have mental health problem in Kenya. We have to acknowledge. It's not just about the young. It's because people are busy comparing themselves with other people. And half the time it shocks me how these people are just faking a life.
You had to go there. Yes.
Actually, yes, they're just faking. And you've seen it. When it falls, everything comes tumbling down in
Very
such
true.
a way. It's like a house of cards.
True.
Literally, everything tumbles down, and oh my God. So it's just, embrace what you have. Appreciate what you really have. And when I say just appreciate what you have, because I have lived life.
Yeah.
And one of the things I actually feel that for you to be authentic to yourself,
Yes.
I think you need to be self-accepting. Accept your flaws. Completely accept your flaws.
Yes.
When I was growing up, Yolanda, I was one of those girls who had an amazing body. It was athletic.
Yes.
But I think maybe I wasn't celebrated enough growing up.
Yes.
That I would look in the mirror and I'm just seeing, who is that? Some fat girl. It took me, and we'd go buy clothes with my friends. I'm like, what are you talking about, Dr. C? We want to be you.
Yes.
You have a really good body. It took me time to really understand that I really have a good body and really truly embrace myself and wear what I want to wear.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at, look at these women, even with cellulite, with tires, all
And
over.
you are naturally just okay.
I'm just okay. What's wrong with me? In terms of why don't I just see what I'm seeing? And that's why I said, why should even anyone listen to me? It's because I have seen that. I've lived it myself.
Yes.
Embracing yourself and just even celebrating your flaws and celebrating your failures. I think, honestly, in this country,
Wow.
we are not celebrating failure enough. Learn to laugh at yourself. When you fail, it's just you've discovered one way of not actually doing something.
I love that.
Yeah.
And
then you can move on to the next and move on to the next. The problem is people try something, especially women, you try something and then you don't get it. And then you just think you've completely failed. You're a total failure in life. No. The more things you try, the more you're likely to find out how to do it.
Yeah.
The more you can look at yourself and laugh at yourself, wake up the next day and actually do it. Because the truth is, nobody knows anything for sure in this world. Nobody knows anything for sure. Everybody is just trying. And when they try, it worked. Ask a lot of people even who are in business. I'm telling you today, you can have a business case. You take it even to one of these graduate schools of business, the Ivy Leagues.
Yes.
You will have one group that will tell you, this is why this thing will not work. And another one will tell you, this is why it will work.
Yes.
Same good brains. So the thing is, you just have to keep trying because everybody is trying. Yeah? And just be gentle with yourself.
I love that.
Yeah, self-love. Let's just practice, actually, self-love. So, this is February, the month of love. it's not about you just receiving flowers and from some man or something.
Yeah.
I think just learn to be gentle with yourself. And when you love yourself, it really shows. Because half the time, the way, today, I think it was today, I was going through the social media post and I came across this lady who was saying, if you talked to your friends the way you talk to yourself, do you think they'll stay around?
No. They think you're too harsh.
Yeah, they will just run away.
Yeah.
So why are you doing that to yourself? Yeah, just being gentle with yourself and realizing that you're a human being, but also understanding. This is what people don't understand. Do you know people fear people who are just perfect? Did you know that?
Because it's not realistic.
Yes.
We're almost like, wacha ule akae huko pale peke yake.
Yes. And when we are talking about high value, sometimes we are talking about there is the value you feel yourself.
Yeah.
There is how other people also perceive you. Looking at how do you land on other people. Okay?
Yes.
Sometimes we are not aware. Practicing that self-awareness. In your world, you could just think, I'm just high value. I am. But maybe the way you're landing on other people, you're this perfectionist.
I like
you're
that.
these. So part of what I practice, when I say learn to accept yourself and celebrate your flaws, strive for self-improvement, but don't, this perfectionism. Some people can't even start doing something. And then when you land on people like you just want things that are just perfect.
Yeah.
A lot of us human beings, even the Bible says, we have fallen short.
Yeah.
Because we are, by virtue of the fact that we are human. So when you want to come across as that perfect person, this perfect, that's how people will run away from you. But it starts with self-accepting.
I like that.
And so that people can relate. People want someone they can relate to. Yeah. And when people can relate to you, then you become high value.
Yeah.
People can see your value. Let's talk to so-and-so. She has experience in doing that. She will advise us. Do you understand? That's when people will now start coming to you for advice. Because you know what? You've been there, done that.
And you're a human.
And you're human. Yeah, that's just what I really want to say. Because I have seen people going through things, but because they think they have to be perfect, they crumble, they shrivel and fall and hide away from the whole world.
That is true.
Because they wanted to come across
as perfect.
As being really, truly perfect. There's nothing like that. In fact, the other day I had, was it President Obama, who said, by the way, when you land in some of these boardrooms, in these rooms, some of these even leadership, you're sitting with the presidents, you're there sitting and thinking, how did people elect you?
Yeah. How did people elect you?
How did you get elected? Because you see, and that's the other thing. You know what men do?
Yeah.
A man, even if he was just, in fact, he drove that Mheshimiwa, I don't know where, to do something, he'll put it on his CV. He attended the national prayer breakfast.
Yes. By virtue of being the president's plus one.
He will even put it on his CV. And he will rock up as in he can do that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, that walking a room and commanding a room. There's no other person. There is no... Do you know one woman who really, really encouraged me?
Yes.
Was the late Orie Rogo Manduli.
Yes.
I truly loved her.
A total woman.
I really loved her. I actually did an interview. I think I'll repost it again. I did an interview on her.
Yes.
And while I was talking to her, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. You know, I asked her, so Orie Rogo Manduli, what do you do? How do you do what you do?
Yes.
I remember so clearly it was an International Women's Day event. It was happening at Sarova Stanley. And I even remember what I was wearing that day because it was a transformation time for me.
Yes.
That answer transformed me. She told me, listen, I am Orie Rogo Manduli. Why should I turn up like anybody else?
Yes.
I do it my way. There is only one. And I say there's only one Dr. Catherine Masitsa. And I am going to turn up like Dr. Catherine Masitsa. And when I turn up, you're all going to know I'm there. Otherwise, why? By the way, when I even go to church, I sit at the front.
That is true.
I will turn up early,
bright and beautiful.
as I mean,
yes.
And I'm going to sit at the front. And you're going to know I'm there. Otherwise, we all have a finite time on this world.
That is true.
Of the little time God has given you on earth, because it's finite.
Yes, it
Why
is.
would you waste time being somebody else?
And shriveling up and hiding in the corner.
Like fully partake, participate. Turn up. Just don't waste your time. There are better things you can do. If you're going to turn up, fully partake.
Yeah.
Fully. If you're a Kenyan citizen, turn up fully as a Kenyan. Kanyaga inchi yako kwa nguvu na raha. If it's voting, you vote. Make your opinion heard. Yeah. If it's a workplace, contribute. Whatever it is you're meant to do, how are you helping God's children? Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean by fully expressing yourself.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to play a song and then we're going to get into the news. But I know our time is done. You must come back. We must discuss 2 comments we must discuss today on this show before you go. And I begged for you to stay just for a few more minutes on the other side of the clock. The TV comment and the curtain comment. So we'll listen to a song and then we'll come back. We have some comments about a high value woman. Take a listen.
Corporate Kenyan, if you like, and I think what makes one a high value woman is number 1, confidence, 2, smelling good, 3, hygiene, 4, I would say mannerisms. Obviously you don't want to be someone who shouts and things like that, and number 4, someone who is in touch with God, I would say.
It's Christopher. To answer your question, a high value woman to me is someone who respects herself. When you consider someone who's high value, is how they carry themselves. Not only individually or as well, it's also how do they respect the people around them. Number 2 is God-fearing. To me, someone who values God and loves God, to me that is everything to me. So respect God, that is everything to me.
Hi, my name is Sheila, and I think how one becomes a high value woman is by focusing on themselves, watching their mental health, maintaining a self-care routine, becoming independent, make sure they're financially stable. So